I would like to tell you a story of a nation. This nation had its beginnings with a settlement of hardy farmers located near the sea and so situated strategically to command a large trade area. From this settlement grew a great nation, and its influence would spread over a great part of the world. Its people became skilled in crafts, engineering, and commerce until they were the most prosperous mankind had ever known. Their soldiers guarded the far corners of the earth. Their currency dominated commerce. Their technology was unequaled, and their standard of living was the envy of the world. But as time went by, its people began to feel the corruptive influences of great riches and much leisure. Old values were fading away, and the people gave vent to their frustration in spectacular games and entertainments that were becoming increasingly crude. Drunkenness and adultery became widespread. Robberies and beatings were making the streets of its great capital unsafe, and the confusion of the times was being reflected in a high rate of suicides and mental disorders. The effects of all of this were becoming evident upon the national character, and there was scandal and dissension in the government itself. Alien forces within were making it increasingly hard to unify the nation, and one of its great leaders was assassinated. But as time goes on, we find other troubles besetting the nation. The farmers, the backbone of the state, are being ruined by war and an inflation which resists the government's attempts to fix prices. The nation has steadily been exporting its gold so that an adverse trade balance has mounted. The benefits of a great trading area are beginning to be offset by grinding taxation, and currency is losing its value. On top of all this, invasion at the far reaches of the domain by Asian hordes, less advanced but great in number, poses a threat to the nation's very way of life. The empire was falling apart, and the capital itself fell on a date documented in history as the end of civilization for centuries to come. And that date, the 4th of September, 476 A.D. The nation, the Roman Empire, which had its beginnings with the farmers of Latium near the Mediterranean Sea. It is all documented history, the growth of a nation, the giving away to corruption, the entertainments, the scandals, and the assassination of Julius Caesar. Also the inflation, the adverse trade balance, and the government's attempts to fix prices all happened, much of it during the time of Diocletian, who ruled Rome in the 3rd century A.D. The invasion of savage Asiatic tribes known as Huns was led by Attila, who with other barbaric tribes eventually overran the empire and plunged the world into what is known today as the Dark Ages. I will leave it to you to decide if history is repeating itself. The story I have told is of the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. Did you have another nation in mind? It's something to think about, my friend.